DJ, you go crazy.
So let me ask you this, right? As far as donations are concerned, so would you reject a donation coming from a Caucasian?
Yes.
Okay.
As Marcus Garvey said, that which must be done for blacks must be done by blacks. When we open that school, I need black people to take pride in this. You see what I'm saying? I need black people to say, look what we did. It's only a school. It ain't the end of the world, but we did something on our own for a change. If the white people pay for half of it, is that a black achievement? That's the Urban League all over again. That's the NAACP all over again. That's half the HBCUs all over again. The central contradiction of the black freedom struggle is black people keep talking about they want to be free, but they keep reaching back to the oppressor to finance every step of the struggle. If Jews want to be free from Germans, they don't ask the Germans to build their schools and their hospitals. You see that? You do it yourself. So I'm trying to be the example to African people globally that we can do this on our own. And speaking of globally, I was over in Cameroon, West Central Africa, the end of September, and I went to the Bimbia slave dungeon. Okay. I've been to other dungeons, but this one, they all touched me. But this one was different because it was outside and it was large. Make a long story short, it left a very deep impact on me, as all the dungeons have. And I'm going to be leading a group trip to West Central Africa, Cameroon. We're going to do Cameroon and we're going to do the Congo, and we might do Chad in Central African Republic. Why is this important for American Africans? The Bimbia slave fort where I was, that was one of the largest demarcation points for enslaved Africans brought to the New World. Many of us have Congolese blood, Cameroonian blood, Chadian blood, you understand? Because a lot of us came from Central Africa. And guess where mankind was born? Central Africa. Congo is home to the oldest human beings on the earth. So that means if your ancestors came to the Bimbia slave fort, you are a direct descendant of the first man and first woman God put on earth. Why would I want to be anything except an African?
That's deep. Woods, you got some questions you want to ask? No? Just wonder.
I had one question.
Sure.
I know you taking financial donations for the school, but are you also taking, I don't know what to call this, like physical donations? Like say it's a black contractor company, black. You know what I'm saying? Are you taking those type of donations too, like to actually help build the school?
I would love to, but don't waste your breath. And let me tell you why I'm going to say that. Before we bought the school, there was black contractors all over the country. They said, once Dr. Umar get to school, we're going to come do the work for free. You feel me? When we bought them schools on February 7th, 2019, not a single black contractor volunteered their work yet. That was all bullshit. All that on-lawn talk, we're going to come do it for free. Show me where they at. Show me where they at. Not a single one pulled up to help us. Minus, we had 2 plumbers out of New York, young Garveyite brothers from Jamaica. They were the only ones to volunteer. Nobody else volunteered nothing, bro. And guess what? The contractors who said we wanted to help them, they didn't have a Delaware license or a Wilmington, Delaware license, which means what? You can't do the damn work. Show me somebody with the paperwork who volunteered. You can't show me one. That's all YouTube bullshit. Half of what you read on YouTube is all lies, bro. Oh, I was going to help them. Really? So you got a Delaware license and a Wilmington license, you was going to help them? Really? I want to see that person face to face. You feel me? I want anybody who's saying they was going to help me and they got the right paperwork, I want to see them face to face. We've never seen them in 5 years. That was all crap.
I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Under the apologetically black, concept. So,
which I started from Chicago. That's 2010. Everybody ran with it. Unapologetically black. That's mine.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they ran with it. Even Beyonce be saying unapologetically black.
All right. So I get kind of like you, why I kind of be like going off into tangents and just like I kind of just be losing myself, right? I might say some of the wildest stuff like out in public, right? So for you were just saying some like deep stuff on the pod about like, or on the interview about like the government, J. Edgar Hoover. You don't ever like worry about like, or have they made attempts at your life? You don't worry about them making attempts at your life?
I get death threats. I do. I probably get about half dozen to a dozen death threats a year from white folks. They send pictures, images. One time I was speaking in Cleveland. I was backstage, Cleveland, Ohio. And somebody sitting there said, nigga, you better not come out here. If you take this stage, we're going to blow your brains out. And so my security, they called the police and they came and inspected. The lecture went on because I ain't going to let nothing deter me. You feel me? But I do get the death threats. Here's my thing. And I'm no tough guy. When I study Malcolm and Martin and I listen to the friends who are around them, they often say that they feel Martin and Malcolm got to a point where they wanted to die because they kept getting the threats. Malcolm knew the government and his former associates were after him. King knew J. Edgar Hoover couldn't stand him. And the people around him said they got so exhausted with constantly being threatened, knowing it was coming, but not knowing when, that they felt they secretly wished to die. You see what I'm saying? It was almost like they were dead already towards the end of their life, psychologically. I don't ever want to get there. I don't ever want to get so beat down with the threat of harm or death that I lose my love for living. You feel me? So for me, I practice traditional African spirituality. That's what keeps me grounded. That's why I go to my ancestors' graves. I'm always praying to the Most High every morning. Need to do more of that. I meditate. I do my little personal spiritual retreats and things like that. I got to stay grounded because this work is a very dangerous work and it's a very underappreciated work. Black people don't appreciate you. When Malcolm died, what did we do to help Betty and them girls? Nothing. When Coretta died, what did we do to help? When Martin died, what did we do to help Coretta with them children? Nothing. When Medgar Evers died, what did we do to help Marley with them children? Nothing. When Fred Hampton died, what did we do to help his young queen with Fred Hampton Jr.? Not much. You see what I'm saying? So not only do you give your life, your people cross you off the list, they keep on going. George Jackson, what did we do for his mom after his death? Nothing. We do not take care of our freedom fighters. I know that. I'm cool with it because as I said earlier, I'm born to do what I do. You feel me? So I don't need the thanks of the people. As long as my ancestors smiling down, I'm straight. But to get back to your point, I don't want to get like Martin and Malcolm where I get so exhausted from the threat of death that I just wish it come now and end it all. You see what I'm saying? I believe Malcolm knew he was going to die that day. That's why he told Betty to come with the girls. He knew it. I believe King knew he was going to die the next morning. When you listen to that speech the night before, I've been to the mountaintop. He knew. They knew. And they were ready to go. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to get to the point where I'm so tired of being threatened that I'm basically hoping for it to happen so I can go ahead and get this over with. I don't want to get there. So for me, I don't think about it. I take my security precaution. Whenever I speak, I got security. If I think it's going to be some shit somewhere, I got security. Sometimes I use the Black Panther Party, Fred Hampton Gun Club. I got private security around. When I need them, I need them. But when I don't need them, I don't either. Because I don't ever want to be seen with security all the time because that becomes part of your public image. Now, if I'm walking down the street, Southside Chicago, Dr. Umar got a security, he looked vulnerable. You feel me? I like the image I have in the streets. I'm known for walking into the hood store just like this. You feel me? And people like, oh shit, Dr. Umar just walked into the da-da-da. And they taking pictures and going like, I love that. When I hit the store in Chicago, walk through a block in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Going to the ghetto Miami. I love the love that I get being an everyday brother. I believe that's why I get the love that I get. Mm-hmm. They don't see me no bougie shit. Mm-hmm. I'm better than you shit. I don't leave the lecture till I take every picture, sign every book. Some dudes, you got to pay for the meet and greet. Mm-hmm. You got to pay for a meet and greet. I remember somebody called me up. They said, Dr. Umar, you coming to tell, you know, such and such was here. He made us pay $50 for the meet and greet. Such and such was here. He made us pay $100 for the meet and greet. Such and such was here. He said he'd take the first 20 pictures and books, but that's it. Not me, family. I've been doing this for 13 years? Internationally, 25 years, my whole life. I ain't never took $1 for no picture. I ain't never took $1 to sign no book. That's part of this. You come see me, you waste your time to come see me because time is precious. So if somebody take 2-3 hours out of their life and come spend it with Dr. Umar, I owe you that. I don't care how long this line going to be. Sometimes my picture line might take more time than the lecture. Lecture might have been 2 hours. Pictures might have been 4. Mm-hmm. Sometimes here in Chicago, it's been like that. Lecture 2 hours. I'm still 12 o'clock at night. They're trying to push me out. The Herald of Washington said, Dr. Umar, you rent it till 11. Listen, I'll pay the extra time. I got 50 more people. They came here to see me. They standing in that line. I'm not sending them home because I don't know if I'm going to ever see them again. They don't know if they're ever going to see me again. So just bill me. But I'm not sending them home without seeing me. And sometimes I got to get on my security because they be ready to go. All right, this is the last person. Ain't no last person. If we got to go outside, I'll finish signing them outside. I've done that here in Chicago. I remember one time at one of the churches, they had to leave. Pastor said, we got to go, Doc. And guess what? It was cold as shit outside. I went outside and they came out there with me. And I was out there for another 2 hours in the cold, taking pictures and signing the book, because the power is with the people. My power is from the people. I'm nothing without them. They my power base. They made me. They built that school. You see what I'm saying? Without the people, ain't no FDMG. So I would never separate me from those who gave birth to me. Me and the people, one and the same, indistinguishable.
DJ, you go crazy.